If you're a first-time buyer in and around Grantham, this was made for you. Buying your first home can feel exciting and overwhelming at the same time, but I'm going to walk you through exactly how to do it the smart way, step by step, so you can buy with confidence, avoid the usual mistakes, and enjoy the process. I'm Grant, your Grantham estate agent, and I work with buyers and sellers every day. I see what goes right, what goes wrong, and what really makes a difference when it comes to purchasing a home. By the end of this video, you'll understand what to expect, how to prepare, and how to spot a good opportunity here in Grantham. Let's start with the first big mistakes many people make, looking at houses before they buy already. It's tempting, I get it. Rightmove makes it easy to fall down that rabbit hole. But if you start viewing before your finances are in place, you risk falling for a home you can't actually secure yet. Step 1 is getting buyer ready. That means knowing your budget, understanding your deposit, and getting an agreement in principle, or an AIP, from a lender or a broker. You don't need to be an expert on mortgages, you just need clarity. For most first-time buyers, a 5% deposit will usually work. If your background is a little complicated, it might be 5 to 10%, and if there are more hurdles, it can go up to 20%. And for some foreign nationals, lenders can ask for as much as 30%. It sounds like a lot, but the key is preparation. Get your ID, proof of address, and payslips together, and make sure your credit record is clean. Keep your finances steady. Now is not the time for a new car on finance or big credit card spending. Once you're financially ready, the fun part begins: house hunting. Use sites like Rightmove and On the Market, and don't just rely on photos. Learn to read between the lines of a listing. In Grantham, you'll find a mix of traditional homes, new builds, and conversions, so think carefully about what suits your lifestyle. When you view a property for the first time, it's easy to be swept up by emotion. You'll notice the best bits first: the light, the layout, the new kitchen. But a second viewing is where the real homework begins. Take a closer look. Check for signs of damp, cracks in the wall, worn seals on windows, or freshly painted patches that might be hiding something. Step outside and listen for noise at different times of day. And ask how old the boiler is and whether it's been serviced and what the average utility costs are. If you're buying a flat, check the service charges, the ground rent, and how many years are left on the lease. Anything under 80 years could cause a problem later on, so be aware. When you're ready to make an offer, think beyond the price. Sellers often choose the most reliable buyer, not necessarily the highest offer. Make sure you have your agreement in principle ready, proof of your deposit, and your solicitor lined up. Be polite, professional, and clear about your situation. Certainty goes a long way. Once your offer is accepted, it's time for the legal process. You'll need a conveyancer or a solicitor. If you don't already have one, I can recommend a great few local options who communicate well and keep things moving. That's incredibly important. They'll carry out searches, raise inquiries, and guide you through the legal side until completion. Now let's talk about surveys, because this part confuses a lot of first-time buyers. Your mortgage lender will carry out a basic valuation, but that's not a proper survey of the home's condition. If you want a more detailed inspection, there are different types of surveys available. It's not something that happens automatically, so if you're thinking about having one, speak to me first. I'll let the seller know your intentions, and I can recommend a trusted local survey company that fits your property type. During this time, communication is everything. I have a brilliant sales progressor who works closely with both buyers and sellers to keep solicitors on track and the transaction moving. Expect the process to take around 3 months from the offer accepted to keys in hand, though it can vary depending on how quickly everyone responds and your solicitor. Now, let's cover the costs, because it's not just your deposit. You'll also have solicitor fees, search fees, possibly survey costs, and lender fees. First-time buyers in Grantham often pay no stamp duty on entry-level homes, though that depends on the property price and the rules at the time. I've included a link to my buyer's guide in the description below, which breaks down the full process, and my seller's guide if you're also looking at the same time. A few Grantham-specific tips while you're here. If you're looking at flats, always check the service charge history and ask if there are any major works planned. If you're viewing near school areas or main routes, visit again at rush hour to check traffic and parking. And if outdoor space is important to you, take time to walk around. Wyndham Park, Belton, and the canal paths all give a feel for local life beyond the house itself. Before I wrap up, here's a quick power tip for first-time buyers. If you've ever been told you can't quite borrow enough, ask your broker to look at longer-term or longer fixed-rate products. Even a small tweak in those numbers can make a difference between a maybe and a yes. You can always review and adjust later, but it might help you get the foot on the ladder now. Buying your first home is a big moment, and it's something you should feel proud of, not panic by. With the right preparation, the right people around you, and a clear understanding of each step, you can make it a smooth and enjoyable experience. If you found this video helpful, drop a question in the comments and subscribe for more Grantham property tips. You'll find links in the description for my free buyer's guide and seller's guide. And if you want my honest take on a property you've seen, post the property link below and I'll have a look. Cheers for now.